I covered Jacques Parizeau for years. The former premier was many things, but for the most part, you always knew what you were getting. Way back in 1995, he said a yes vote would mean Quebecers were like lobsters in a trap, no way out. He was honest about things, like them or not. Which brings us to Francois Legault and the CAQ, wolves in sheep's clothing, or as Churchill might say, sheep in sheep's clothing. Now, Legault says he is no longer a separatist, well, perhaps in name only, but the CAQ reminds me very much of former PQ governments and their treatment of minorities, particularly English-speaking Quebecers. It is just mean-spirited to deny local Canada Day activities a few dollars from the budgets of M&As. Canada Day is not political, it's just a time to celebrate should you choose a pretty damn good place to live. Now, of course, the CAQ is permitting public funding for Fête Nationale activities, a spokesman says, while Canada Day promotes federalism, Fête Saint-Jean only promotes Quebec. And see, that's what I mean. The CAQ is just PQ light. Now, point two, the government is launching a full frontal attack on English schools. We always suspected the idea was to remove school boards and slowly suck away the lifeblood out of the English system. The education minister transferred Riverdale High and Pierrefonds to the French board without a word of consultation. Now he is threatening to unilaterally transfer 3 English schools in the East End to the French board. Heavy-handed indeed. The minister is acting like an imperial monarch with total disregard for the English-speaking community. Parents are angry, and they have a right to be.
A lot of kids that have anxieties and they're scared because they don't want to leave our territory. It's a family member.
This government is showing total disregard for the needs of the English-speaking community. For example, Gerald McShane School is the only English elementary school in the borough, and it's slated to be handed over unilaterally. We have a school there because, well, we need a school there.
It's heartbreaking because I've been with my friends for a very long time, and all I really wanted is to graduate with them.
But you see, this obviously does not matter to Minister Robert. She swings a heavy hammer pounding away in our community. All of this makes the case for keeping our school boards despite the designs the CAQ has on them. At least we can fight, and at least we still have the courts. Luc FFFERANDEZ has packed it in, at least for now. Now, not long ago, the now erstwhile borough mayor of the Plateau posted a profanity-laced diatribe on Facebook. He complained about just about everything. Well, he dropped the F word again this week in council, and then he quit. Well, Ferrandez was, to put it mildly, as head of the Plateau Politburo, he brought in measures that angered many, including the ban on cars over the mountain, and he had a habit of, well, not showing up at council. He says the Plante administration is just not doing enough on climate change. He thinks Plante has sold out. Now, Radio Canada reports this week that Ferrandez wanted some radical changes in Montreal, including charging for all street parking. Yes, all street parking, even parking on residential streets. No, he wasn't at all pleased with the possibility of building a new baseball stadium either. My suspicion is that this is not the last we have heard from the zealot of the Plateau. Well, Ferrandez is right about one thing. Climate change affects us all. Many really smart people argue that it is the single biggest threat facing humanity. Now, one of them is Bill Nye, the science guy, who this week had an unusual way of explaining climate change on the John Oliver Show. Now, just FYI, some of you might find the language a little offensive.
I've got an experiment for you. Safety glasses on. By the end of this century, if emissions keep rising, the average temperature on Earth could go up another 4 to 8 degrees. What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire. There are a lot of things we could do to put it out. Are any of them free? No, of course not. Nothing's free, you idiots. Grow the fuck up. You're not children anymore. I didn't mind explaining photosynthesis to you when you were 12, but you're adults now, and this is an actual crisis. Got it? Safety glasses off, motherfuckers.
Well, it seems the F-bombs are flying everywhere this week. Keep your head down, enjoy the long weekend, and be safe. I'm Barry Wilson. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. And if you like what you see, please share. Don't forget to check out our weekly poll on Facebook. We want to know what you think.